Coming up on Sky Sports from May the 24th to July the 5th, we have all 13 games of the British Lions Tour in South Africa. All 3 tests are live. But right now we have a massive match in the Super League. The Bulls against the Saints. Bradford versus St Helens in front of what must surely be one of the biggest crowds they've had here at Odsal in many, many years. Such is the Super League experience in this city that Bradford Bulls are certainly leading the way at the top of the table and leading the way in getting people through the turnstiles. And these are the men they hope to beat tonight, the Saints, who turned it on at Wembley against them last week, and of course who won back-to-back Wembleys. They are the Super League champions. These really are the good days for the men of St Helens. 259 points scored. They have the best defensive record in the Super League. They've run in 46 tries, and their top tackler, Tommy Martin, the standoff. The top meter gainer, the prop forward, Apollo Perolini. And Bobby Goulding comes to Odsal for a match that he missed last year. You may remember he was sitting on the bench, but Graham Bradley knows how vital this match is for the Bradford Bulls, and what a reception. Devastated to lose a second successive Wembley final. Their last trophy came in 1989, the Yorkshire Cup. Will 1997 be their year in Super League? What an atmosphere greeted the Bradford Bulls. They're 8 matches victorious. They have yet to lose in Super League. They are the best attacking side in the business, and only St Helens have conceded less. 47 tries they've scored. Their top tackler is James Lowes, the hooker, and Brian McDermott, the prop forward, is the man who goes forward. 130 average meters per game. Great crowd. The Bradford side has Spruce at fullback, Scales, Lachlan, Peacock and Ikoku, Bradley the captain and Tomlinson. 4 changes from Wembley. McDermott, Lowes, Rihanna, Forshaw on his debut, Dwyer and McNamara. The subs, Graham, Anderson, Knox and Calland, coach Matthew Elliott. Now the Saints, the champions. Prescott at fullback, Arnold, Haig, Newlove, Sullivan, Martin and Goulding the captain. Perolini, Cunningham, O'Neill, Morley takes the place of Joint in the second row from the start, McVie and Hammond on the bench, Pickavance, Joints there, Matautia, Northey, coach Sean McRae. The match referee is Russell Smith. We're ready, the crowd's ready, the players ready, and this vital game's underway. And first touch of the football goes to Bobby Goulding, and he then tips the ball inside to Andy Haig, and Mike Forshaw with his first tackle of his Bradford career. Tremendous atmosphere. The Odsal Stadium is absolutely crackling as this game gets underway. And will it be repeat or will it be revenge for the Bradford Bulls? The next 80 minutes will tell us. It's the most vital game of the season so far. Perolini disappears, the 4th challenge. Good defence from Bradford, 21 metres made, that's all. Good run by Chris Morley, that's why he's been brought into the side from the start. Good, robust run, and first penalty against the Bulls.
Went a little bit too high there, and you can see that interference at the play of the ball, the loose forward, Steve McNamara. Well spotted by Russell Smith, the official. Well, we saw there by that set of 6 from St Helens that this Bradford defence mean business. They look keen and they look eager.
Goulding into the arms of Tommy Martin. Julian O'Neill gets to his feet, plays the ball. Cunningham to Goulding again. This time they come this way with Derek McVie. McVie unloads the pass, gets it away to Carl Hammond. He, though, disappears under the challenge immediately. Goulding again. Martin, man of the match at Wembley. It bounces kindly for Martin. Ball out wide. Oh! Sullivan would have scored if that had been a decent pass. It was a strolling try for Sullivan.
Well, he got the lucky bounce and the long ball out wide. It was well too high for Sullivan. Could just get fingertips to that, but the Bradford defence was cut short. It came off Peacock. It got the fortunate bounce Martin knew it, and Bradford knew they were in no man's land. You could see quite clearly that Abiy Akoku was right in centre field. Must have been 16 to 18 metres. The huge gap there.
Tremendous defence from St Helens now. They pushed Graham Bradley back 7 metres. But that was offside against the Saints. Moving up too quickly out wide as Mike Forshaw took the pass. Julian O'Neill adjudged to have been too quick off the mark. Penalty Bradford.
Well, they've plenty to choose from there. Very, very keen. Both sides really working into it, but I'm sure that Tommy Martin knows that he's blown a golden opportunity.
Here come the Bulls then, with this huge crowd urging them on as McDermott gets the first penalty for Bradford. The first penalty, that is, around the play the ball area. McDermott trying to get to his feet, and interference at the play the ball.
Well, it's obviously that the official Russell Smith will have none of this. No messing around at the play the ball area. He's made it quite clear to both sides. It was McVie that was the culprit. And I think within the first 10-15 minutes it would not surprise me to see the merry whistleblower tell the captains that the next one that interferes at the play the ball will get into the sin bin.
Well, Derek McVie penalised. And it means that the first shot at goal is coming in here from Steve McNamara. Tries in his last 2 in Super League. 7 goals here against St Helens last July. Little Robbie Paul is in the dugout here, urging his players on. And he will be hoping, I'm sure, that this kick from McNamara sails over the top of that crossbar. 34 priceless goals so far. There will be an enormous roar if this one goes over. Bang in front, but just inside the half. There's the roar. Bradford have the lead, 2-0.
Deadly kick there by the loose forward, Steve McNamara. The feature we had before this game. What a build-up. The crowd are loving this. They've taken the lead.
Steve-o, it is, and we keep saying this every time we come here to Odsal. It is a remarkable transformation in the way rugby league is portrayed at this stadium. And Matthew Elliott, the Bradford coach, knows his side have a vital 2-point lead early on. But what an atmosphere. It is not matched anywhere.
Tremendous, isn't it? And full credit to the Bradford club. They've done their work, but most importantly, the thing that they're attracting is the children. They are the future of our game.
And they come here because they have the time of their lives before the kick-off. And then action like this unfolds in front of them. It's wonderful, marvellous entertainment. This now is new love, a former hero of Odsal. He gets the pass out to Anthony Sullivan, who's all wrapped up by Abiy Akoku. Now Chris Morley.
Good work again by Akoku, and his centre was Peacock that moved him very quickly. That's a neat little kick, though. That'll relieve the pressure.
Tommy Martin picking up where he left off last Saturday when he won the Lance Todd Trophy as man of the match.
Could see that Stuart Spruce was well out of position there to get to the football. Tremendous game, as Eddie mentioned, at Wembley. Lance Todd Trophy winner. He'll want to continue in the same vein, I'm sure, but it must be going through his mind that he's bombed a great chance in the opening minutes.
And that ball was stolen in a 2-man tackle. Referee pinged Derek McVie for that.
Well, he attacks the head as well, and you can see that he'd knocked the ball down. It's a big hit. It was a fair one, and tries to rip the head off Akoku. There's the hand, brings the ball down. A little bit of indiscipline, which will not please the Saints coach Sean McRae.
These two sides went hammer and tong at each other at Wembley just 8 days ago. They are the only two sides in Super League that haven't had a break. So I suppose in many ways it is fair enough that they meet the week after Wembley in this match of such vital importance in Super League. McNamara gets the ball away to Bradley as captain for the night. Good tackling on Graham Bradley. He picks himself up. This now is Glenn Tomlinson, so disappointed to be only a substitute at Wembley last week. Sean McRae, the St Helens coach, hoping that his team just hang on to the shirt tails and quieten the crowd. High kick, well taken by Prescott. the bomb diffused in goal. That'll be a tap on the 20-metre line.
Tremendous kick by McNamara, but equal to the task is the full-back Steve Prescott. What a game it will be between the two full-backs tonight. Steve Prescott, Stuart Spruce from Bradford, of course. They're both vying for the Great Britain international spot.
Cunningham gets the pass away to Derek McVie. McVie wants to play the ball quickly and does so. Cunningham on a scampering run from dummy half. Amazingly, Cunningham yet to score in Super League, but he scored that wonderful try in the semi-final of the Cup. Goulding's kick wasn't the best, and James Lowe's just picked it out of the air.
Did well there, did the hooker. And that's the first time we've really seen the attacking kick quality of Bobby Goulding. We don't have to remind the Bradford fans or the Bradford players how important those two kicks at Wembley. Came up with 2 tries for Tommy Martin.
Paul Loughlin plays the ball to James Lowe's. Lowe's then into the arms of McNamara rather, and he gets the pass away to Danny Peacock. Peacock picks himself up off the ground. McNamara, Bradley slides the kick through. Bravery was needed by St Helens.
Nice little kick by the big centre there. Graham Bradley playing standoff tonight though, and you'll see the fullback Prescott come away, put his body on the line. Ikoku was charging down on him. This will be a head and feed to the Bradford Bulls.
So a great chance here for the Bulls, 10 metres away from the Saints line. McNamara to Ikoku, tackled by Newlove. Hammond is in there and Hammond wrestles him to the floor. They've made 5 metres progress. Rihana is the runner. Rihana is looking round behind him, takes the tackle in the end though. Big pressure here on this St Helens defence. Dwyer to the line for Dwyer. Can he squirm his way over? Yes! Bernard Dwyer against his former club. Bernard Dwyer with the first try for Bradford, and Odsal goes mad.
Beautiful play by the hooker. James Lowe's, it was a planned move. He swivels round at the play the ball. Dwyer came at the angle. It was absolutely superb. Look at this. They thought that Lowe's was going to switch it to the blind. He pops a little short pass to Dwyer. This is skill. A planned move. Look how he moved away. And the spot where Lowe's should have been standing was filled by this man. The determination there, the second effort. That is a fine try. They don't come any better than that.
His first in Super League, but perhaps more importantly, the 50th of Bernard Dwyer's magnificent career. A former Saint, Bernard Dwyer. Now McNamara makes no mistake from there. And Bradford are buzzing in this Odsal cauldron.
Tremendous stuff. Look how Lowe's goes through there. Into the spot there, Lowe's just takes a little step. Dwyer does the rest. Tremendous effort. Beautiful stuff. Full credit to the hooker Lowe's, also to Dwyer. The combination was great.
Bradford restart, knowing that they have a wonderful record here. Just 1 defeat in Super League since the start of the competition last year. That was against Halifax last August. And if they play in front of atmosphere like this, it's no wonder that Bradford can crash through walls and come up with a record like that. Great start for Bradford, just what they wanted, exactly what Sean McRae didn't want. 8-point deficit, 11 minutes or thereabouts on the watch. And remember also that Saints blew the opportunity of a try. Now Russell Smith has picked out Tomlinson here, I think, for a knock-on.
Well, it went backwards, and I don't think that Tomlinson got a fingertip to it, but this will be head and feed. You see, I think it came off the hook at Cunningham. But that should really have been play on, and I think the referee apologising to the players and saying, look, I've blown for it, but why on earth is it a scrum feed for the Saints?
It was knock-on against Bradford with the initial bounce going forwards, according to Russell Smith.
Confusing of mine.
He only has 1 attempt, doesn't he? 1 moment, but look at the tackle here.
Swinging arm from Bradley, and then Peacock upends him. Bang! They mean business.
Welcome back to Odsal, Mr. Newlove.
Crunch time, that's what we expected in the opening 10-15 minutes.
McVie grits his teeth, has to take the tackle. Cunningham, Hammond, Goulding can St Helens respond. Newlove, they might with him. Great run from Newlove, great strength, but an awful pass. That's twice Anthony Sullivan has been given a dodgy pass with the line gaping.
Well, that was beautiful play by Newlove. Tremendous centre play. He'd already gone round Peacock. Flips the ball up behind Sullivan.
Well, the referee, Steve-O, has ruled that it came off a Koku.
Well, did he get a fingertip to it? Newlove went straight to the referee. He looks puzzled as Abiy Koku.
St Helens then in possession, and he did get a fingertip to it. This is Andy Haig. St Helens now 20 metres short of the Bradford Bulls try line. Tommy Martin is dummy half. Here now Julian O'Neill. He drives the ball in towards the Bradford posts.
Yet to see the little grubber from Bobby Goulding.
Penalty to St Helens.
Well, they've got to get the message, these players. This guy means business. Russell Smith is saying, I want an open game and I want a quick game. Bradley, second attempt there.
And what's more, he had a little chip at the referee and got marched by 10 metres towards his own line.
Well, that won't help them. Bad discipline there by the skipper tonight of the Bradford Bulls, the Australian Bradley. Not up happy with the situation, but there was little doubt in anybody's mind. He had a second go at the big prop forward, Julian O'Neill. Never gave him any chance to get up and play the ball quickly. But the referee really is taking charge of this, Eddie, tonight.
Well, he had to crack on it very quickly indeed, and that he has done. So Bobby Goulding now with the attempt to get St Helens night underway. Goulding, with all the experience in the world, doesn't miss kicks like that. Bradford 8, St Helens 2.
Well, two major chances have been frittered away. Abiy Koku, the man that just got the fingertips to it, that prevented Paul Newlove sending in Sullivan in for the Saints' first try. They really are attacking down on that left flank. They obviously feel that there's a problem with Abiy Koku's defensive qualities. We'll have to wait and see.
Goulding restarts. Let us go downstairs and join Robbie Paul, who's with Bill.
Robbie, what do you make of this thunderous opening to this game?
Well, other than the 2 points we just gave away there, you know, it's just the start we wanted. Our big boys are getting forward well, and we've come up with an early try, and I mean, that's where we wanted to start the game.
And what about this atmosphere?
Oh, it's electrifying, this atmosphere. This is what we create here at the Bulls, and the fans do their part in the job, just for us to get out there on the field and do our part.
There really is a lot of passion out there, isn't there?
Oh, there is. You know, we're dirty on last week's performance from ourselves, you know. We want so much more out of this game, and the boys, you know, well, if we can keep this intensity up for the rest of the next 70 minutes, then I think we'll do well in this game.
Optimism then from Robbie Paul, and no wonder they lead by 8 points to 2. It's the turnover though. Bradford caught in possession there.
Well,
McDermott.
They lost their way then. They really should have got the kicking downfield. Just before that, whilst we were talking to Henry Paul on the sidelines there, there was really a big swinging arm, and it's been spotted this time. Tomlinson was spotted, but Hammond got away with it a couple of minutes previous. Bang. Tomlinson coming in over the top. There you see it quite clearly. It was a high tackle.
Martin and Perolini now, as St Helens try to expose this Bradford Bulls defence. A defence they did expose at Wembley. Julian O'Neill, second tackle gone. Here now is Carl Hammond. Hammond to Andy Haig. Big screams of forward from the terraces. Referee Russell Smith unimpressed. Goulding now buzzing across the face of play. He gets the pass out to Prescott. Prescott out to Sullivan, and they didn't take the hint, Bradford. Sullivan's come up with a try. Anthony Sullivan with the try in electrifying form, and they've threatened it twice before that.
Beautiful play, long ball. You can see how Goulding runs across the face of the defence, out wide to the fullback Prescott, who sucks a Coco in. Sullivan makes no mistake on this occasion. See how the tight sliding defence is caught there. Okoku has to commit himself to the fullback Prescott. As soon as he does that, Okoku, who got away with it a few moments before, not on this occasion. They feel that there's a problem out this wide. Abi Ikoku, obviously the right winger, they feel is a weakness. 3 times, this time they come up with a try. They've missed on 2 occasions, but that was fine work.
A Wembley try. Although it was dubious, it was the 120th for St Helens for him, and that's 121. Now Goulding with this cacophony of sound around his ears, and it's a difficult kick as well. Way out there on the touchline. It's got chances. Just misses. 8 points to 6. Bradford lead, but the latest try going St Helens' way.
Goulding will run across the face of the defence. You can see Ikoku circled. Prescott will come into the screen, and you'll see that Ikoku goes for Prescott. The overlap is created, and that is a fine try.
Well, Anthony Sullivan, that's his 5th try in Super League, and as you can see, he knows where the try line is against Bradford in the past. Now Brian McDermott fielding the kickoff, takes Bradford just outside their own 20-metre zone. This now is Ikoku. Former discus champion Abi Ikoku. Tahi Rihana.
Good work by the prop forward there. That's what needed. Get them back into the game.
Peacock. Great run from Peacock. Just lost his footing. It's been raining most of the day here in Bradford, but fortunately now the skies have cleared. We have a perfect night for Super League. The ball now is with Tomlinson. Little deft kick through, but not quite the right angle, and Steve Prescott's able to pick it up. Good work though from Tomlinson, following his own kick through.
Wasted chance though. They really did kick it too narrow and far too deep. Saints also had a sweeper as well as a full back there. You won't be happy with that, Glenn Tomlinson, who really wants to show out tonight. He was disappointed that he didn't walk out and play at the start of the Wembley Cup final.
Perolini takes the tackle. Tomlinson just getting back into his defensive line for Bradford, who won here 50 points to 22 10 months ago. And we won't only remember the result because the following day Brian Smith stunned us all when he announced that he was to return home to Australia, leaving the way clear for Matthew Elliott to take over the coaching reins here and continue the dynasty, because dynasty is what it surely is.
Good work by the full-back Stuart Spruce, but it was a good kick and chase as well.
Offside, moving off the mark.
Square. A lack of discipline there. We just spoke about a good kick and chase situation, and Newlove made no attempt to stay square at the play of the ball. You have to stand square and then move only when the ball is being played with a foot. He failed to do that. Well spotted by Russell Smith, who I must say is having a fine game. He's taking a good control of this.
There is big Paul Anderson just on the field in place of Tahi Rihana. So first change to the starting lineup by the Bradford coach. This now is Stuart Spruce.
Well, they lost the way there.
It's a tactical change, by the way, Steve-o, that. Lowe's takes the tackle 10 metres short of the line. Tomlinson. This now is McNamara. The call was from Bradley. Bradley tries to get the pass away. Managed to do so. Bernard Dwyer retained possession for the Bulls. Tomlinson. Tomlinson, short ball. Forshaw gets the try instead. Mike Forshaw with the try. And Mike Forshaw is the instant hero for Bradford Bulls.
Well, the little halfback Glenn Tomlinson lost his way a few seconds ago, but not on this occasion. He holds the ball up superbly there. And Forshaw, the big second rower, in for a fine try. Well worked by Tomlinson. He held the ball superbly. Chris Morley was sucked right into it. Watch how Morley comes out of the one line of defence. He was left cold for this big second rower to take advantage. What a fight back, what a bounce back. But it looked as though Saints were beginning to take control.
Mike Forshaw only just in the side. Wigan, Wakefield and Leeds previously. Signed from Saracens Rugby Union. He has made the change back this way, and aren't Bradford pleased that he has? McNamara adds the extras. 14 points to 6 now for the league leaders. It's great fun.
You can see that Forshaw's come out of the one line of defence, goes for the intercept. Bang. Superb run there by the big second rower. Well-weighted pass by the little halfback, Glenn Tomlinson. And he'll enjoy that.
Dream debut. Non-playing sub against Halifax last month. Referee's whistle blows. Andy Haig, I think, was the victim of a high tackle from Bernard Dwyer.
Didn't miss. Dwyer claiming that he hit the football first, but either way, finishes up right underneath the chin. Impact time on the football. Bang on the shoulder, but finishes up head high. There's been quite a few. We expected it to be rough and tough, Eddie.
And rough and tough it has been, but there is a fair proportion of skill out there as well, and certainly no shortage of bravery from these two fine sides. St Helens now in possession with Hammond. He gives it to Perolini, who tries to spin away. Cunningham from dummy half. Great ball, Hammond. Hammond trying to find and look for support. It arrives from Martin. They have a ton of support out wide. Newlove tried to get the pass away, and it didn't come off again. Forshaw got the ball back, but I think the referee will bring them back for the knock-on against the Bradford Bulls.
Should be offside. Akuko gets the fingertips to this, and Forshaw is stood in front. That has to be a penalty. Newlove goes away, and on the second occasion, Akuko has done it, got a fingertip to it.
And he's given the offside. So big chance here now for St Helens. Prescott gets the ball away somehow to Haig, and it was a good job that Scales got an ankle tap on Andy Haig. Cunningham the dummy half. That's Martin. Now Goulding. Goulding into the arms of Hammond. Out wide again they go with Newlove. Newlove attacking Akuko. Great defence. Well, Akuko has been split once by the passes out wide, but he stood up to the challenge well then.
Got himself involved, but let's not take anything away from Peacock, who made the first impact. Koku made sure that there was no way through for the big centre Newlove. Peacock run him on the outside. Akuko was solid. Well, how many times have they attacked on that left-hand side? And here's the man again, done his job in defence. Now he wants to take the pressure off the forwards.
Well, there's no doubt that Abby Akuko is the man that Sean McRae has picked out as maybe a weak link in defence for the Bradford Bulls. But at the moment, Bradford are attacking with Lowe's. That's a wonderful tackle, though, on Lowe's by McVie. Tomlinson was dummy half. He is Anderson. Big man, Paul Anderson. Big strength, big heart. Taking them on.
Quick play
down
the
the
ball.
middle.
That's what's needed now.
Bradley.
After good work there by Anderson, and now Bradley, if they can get the ball out wide, are they going to play the power play, or will they use a kick?
It's McNamara's kick up high. Midfield bomb. Who's after it? Scales is. Who came up with it? Danny Arnold.
Did well there under heavy traffic.
Remarkable young man, Danny Arnold. Saw him after the Wembley final last week. He scored 2 tries in 1996. Said he was delighted to win, but so sorry that he hadn't managed to score a try. He expects to score a try every time he comes on the field.
That's what wingers are there for. Well, it really is end-to-end stuff. Fulcra, that's got to be a penalty. Here it comes. He's got to bring the captains to them now. Second go, over the top, just holding him down. There's no way in the world they can play that football. Well, it's getting close to someone going into the sin bin.
Goulding now to Hammond. Perolini. Prop forward for the champions, St Helens, who won the first Super League title in such style last year. They lost here at Odsal on their way to the crown, and they're losing here right now, but I don't think somehow it's going to be 50 points to 22 this year.
Pretty solid defence there. Going low, the big prop forward, Brian McDermott, who was very quiet at Wembley.
Hammond. Pass to McVie. Cunningham dummy half to Goulding. Are they going to attack down that left-hand side again? Yes, they are with Martin. Now it's with Newlove. Paul Newlove. Good tackling by Peacock again. And Forshaw was in there too. Goulding now. Angle kick, looking for that wing again of the Kokus. And this time the Koku is content to allow the ball just to dribble up the hill.
Bit too strong from Bobby Goulding. The idea was there. They run on the open, kick back to the blind, but you could see that Koku had read it perfectly. I'm sure after those 2 tries that Tommy Martin came up with at Wembley from the Goulding kicks that the Bradford Bulls coach, Matthew Elliott, would have been working on their defensive positions.
St Helens enjoying the better of the possession, 60-40, but that's certainly not reflected in the scoreline. Bradford come again with McNamara, taken by Paul Newlove. 2.5 years, a Bradford Bull, and now penalised. Matthew Elliott sends a message down to the bench.
Again, we see a man interfering at the play of the ball. You've got to release him. They failed to do that with McNamara. Well, how long is this referee's patience going to hold? Neil all over the top. There was no way through for McNamara. But you can see, oh, there's a bit of claret running down from Tommy Martin.
Yes, Tommy Martin's on his way to the blood bin. So Martin will be replaced, cleaned up, patched up, and sent back out again. And they're just trying to stem the flow of blood. Not yet wanting to replace Tommy Martin. Now they will with Pickavance. Pickavance comes on while Martin no doubt has a suture on that eye. Anderson meanwhile for the Bradford Bulls. McDermott takes over. Lowers the dummy half. Here's Tomlinson. Bradley went without the ball. That will be a knock on.
He was looking at the loose forward, Carl Hammond, coming towards him. Put him off, took his eyes off the football. See how he just looked there at Hammond coming too near to him. And a bad mistake so early in the tackle count.
Yes, 2 tries here in the defeat last year for Graham Bradley. Bitterly, bitterly disappointed after the defeat at Wembley last week. Wants revenge. And at the moment, Bradford ahead by 14 points to 6. 29 minutes of a compelling contest gone. St Helens now coming forward with their full-back Prescott. Lovely dancing run from Prescott. Halted by the clattering challenge of Lowe's and company.
Good solid defence. You could see how the Bulls are moving up extremely quickly. They're forcing Saints into playing a one-out football game.
This is McVie. Bernard Dwyer with a good tackle. Cunningham. Hammond with the instep. Slides the ball down the touchline. Scales is quick. Oh, that ball bounced off the heels of John Scales, and Arnold, he got the last touch on it.
Well, how close was this? Scales really took his time. He thought he was just going to go, but see how it veered back. And that could have been a simple try for Danny Arnold. This will be a head and feet to Saints, surely.
No, it just touched the line, I think, before it went out. Look here now. There.
Pretty fine.
Credit the touch judge for that. On the line's enough. And it was a millimetre over the, or on the line, that's all.
Well, we've criticised them for many a day, especially last weekend. There was quite a few problems. Tommy Martin looks as though he's ready to return to the fray, but good touch judging there on that occasion.
Tomlinson, and this now is McDermott. Half an hour gone. Anderson, cup-tied and not available for Wembley. Paul Anderson, very much available for Super League. Last tackle. Spruce dabs the ball through, and Spruce is after it. Prescott had to pick it up.
Oh, he did well, Prescott. How on earth did he keep in then? Well, we said the competition between the two full-backs, Prescott and Spruce, they go head-to-head on this occasion. He did absolutely marvellously there to the full-back. It was good work by Spruce to start with. Chased his kick.
Sullivan. Good tackling by Peacock. Good defence.
Sure was. The big centre allowed Sullivan the room on the outside. Used the touch judge as his friend. Closed him down quickly.
Julian O'Neill stopped dead in his tracks by the tackle from Anderson. Cunningham at dummy half, hands it on to McVie.
Well,
McVie does well. Cunningham stayed up there in support. What a run from Cunningham now.
tremendous stuff there, but we have not seen Bobby Goulding ignite and take on the defence yet.
Hammond will hoist the midfield bomb. Here's a tester for Spruce now. Spruce came and claimed it out of the arms of Glenn Tomlinson.
Prescott appealing to the referee Russell Smith that he was interfered with, was tripped when he chased that kick, but it was well taken though by Stuart Spruce.
Here come Bradford again then with Mike Forshaw.
This is the incident. Spruce took it there, but just before then, the full-back Steve Prescott certainly was interfered with.
McDermott for the run. He's got support from McNamara. Now McNamara's looking for support. No one's there. It's a one-man band. It's going to be a try. It's magnificent try. McNamara was the one-man band. He was all on his own. And there was no one in support, so he took them on himself. What a try. Referee is just having a word with the touch judge. But the try will stand. The try is given. McNamara is fifth in Super League, and has there been a better one?
Well, we said that the prop forward Brian McDermott was quiet at Wembley, but not on this occasion. It was his charge that got the three-quarter, the loose forward away. He did so well. Well, we've said about this man, the strength here goes straight through O'Neill, who went far too high. But look at the offload, look at the step. A three-quarter would have been happy with that. Back on the inside, two Saints players collide. The line is open. He can't believe it, but it's a wonderful effort by the loose forward. He will enjoy watching that over and over again.
Tries in 3 successive Super League games for Steve McNamara, and 3 from 3 in terms of kicking. And this, the most difficult kick that he's had all night. What a buy Steve McNamara has been since he came from Hull 33 appearances ago. Just pulled it though this time, short of the posts, but Bradford have an 18-6 lead.
Tremendous effort. What a great run by the prop forward McDermott. O'Neill went far too high, but this step and slip, Bobby Goulding, who was in the sweeping position, combination there, they just bumped off each other. What a great try. Tremendous stuff and good work there by the prop forward.
So McNamara, he starts again. And Matt Calland has come on for the Bradford Bulls. Perolini takes over from Andy Haig, who is going back towards his own line. Cunningham into the arms now. One-on-one. The ball was stolen from O'Neill. The Bulls are on a roll here with Peacock, and in this mood, with this crowd behind them, they're difficult to stop.
Well, you said it wouldn't be a big score, Eddie, but I'm not so sure about it now. One-on-one, the man had released him, so it was okay by the referee.
McNamara pops the ball out into the arms of Dwyer. Good defence, though, from the Saints, who have lost McVie to be replaced by Tommy Martin, who comes back out of the blood bin, but Pickavance, who replaced him, stays on. Here's Calland.
Desperate defence now by the Saints. They know that a try now had virtually put the game out of their reach.
This is the last tackle. A little chip through by Tomlinson. Forshaw was after it, but it was well watched by the Saints defender. And Steve Prescott, as ever, was a fine last line of defence. That's a good tackle, though, by McNamara on Sullivan. Here's Pickavance. Staying on the field, Pickavance.
Bradford defence working overtime. They really are working hard. Look at them move up there. They're not hanging back for it. The Saints forwards are finding it very difficult to breach them.
Goulding. The head-banded Martin tips the ball inside to Paul Newlove. Paul Newlove, who had a wonderful 2.5 years here at Bradford. He ran in plenty of tries in 70 appearances, 66 all told. Goulding will hoist the bomb. Here's a tester for Spruce. Great take from the Bradford fullback.
Wonderful take there. You could see how he twisted his body to protect himself. What a battle it's been between Prescott and Stuart Spruce.
Well, Odsal these days is an intimidating place to come to. And the champions are up against it. 18 points to 6.
Bradford really have got into their game plan well. They're running out and utilising their full 6. Good kicking game and a good chasing game.
Brilliantly picked up off the floor by Spruce, and he's taking them on. That's the last tackle. Referee Russell Smith trying to make himself heard. That ball bounced off St Helens' knee. It's bounced kindly for Sullivan, and Sullivan must have had a footing touch there. He thought he was away up the other end, but the touch judge had his flag up immediately.
Offside, I think. Well, the touch judge has picked it, but I think they've got him for offside. Well, it's a close one. There's the ball, and he was in front of the kicker, and he's offside that it came and ricocheted away. Well spotted by referee Russell Smith. Well, this is the incident. The kick comes through from Lowe's, ricochets off the big centre Paul Newlove, and you could see quite clearly that he was offside.
So Bradford have the ball back 20 metres from the St Helens line. 2 minutes of the first half remain as Bradley sets off on another run. They're now 10 metres away from the Saints line. Lowe's in quickly at dummy half. Calls Bernard Dwyer back on the inside. Desperate St Helens defence now, and Sean McRae knows his champions are up against it here with Tomlinson to out wide Scales. Scales back to Tomlinson, and Tomlinson is hauled to the ground by Andy Haig. Callan now. Ball pops out. Loughlin. Paul Loughlin, 5 times a loser at Wembley, but on the winning side so far. Little dab through. So close, Lowe's. Referee decides he doesn't need assistance from the video ref, but this was so close.
Tremendous effort by the hooker there. Danny Arnold came to the rescue in the nick of time. Beautifully weighted kick by the hooker Lowe's, who is in fine form. Scored a try at Wembley last week with the same sort of ploy, but on this occasion Arnold was equal to that task. But they are running hot. It really is vintage Bradford Bull stuff, this.
In the last minute, and Bradford have 6 more tackles here. Forshaw takes the second of them. The runner is Peacock. Peacock taking on Newlove and Sullivan doing well. But Bradford so close again as the rain comes down at Odsal. McNamara pops the ball back to McDermott. McDermott out the back door to Anderson. Anderson keeps the movement going again. This is Loughlin. Support is there from Callan, and Callan is hauled down 3 metres short of the line. Oh, this is cracking stuff from Bradford. What a wonderful intercept, but he's offside, Arnold.
By a mile, a country mile, the winger Arnold. He knew that they were caught out wide.
He's on his way to the bin.
Professional foul. What about here? Maybe he could have given a penalty try because there was no one at home. The Bradford Bulls were queuing up out wide. He tried to sneak in on the blind side of the referee, Russell Smith, but Smith would have nothing of it.
Well, concede the penalty, take 10 minutes in the sin bin, rather than concede the try. It's a fine line, Steve-O, and you call for it. Should it have been penalty try, because they were queuing up out wide?
There's only one man and they had 3 on 1. The odds are certainly packed in the favour of Bradford.
But he couldn't have been sure, I suppose, the referee. Not 100%.
Perhaps he saw that when he turned around that there was a figure of Arnold just at the side of him. No one's that fast.
So McNamara now has this opportunity to increase the lead right on half-time. which she does. 20 points to 6. That's how it stands as they turn round. What a first half here, and they're dancing on the terraces at Odsal. It is a marvellous place to come. Every time you come here, you leave with a smile on your face. That is, unless you're a member of the opposition. And tonight the opposition is the champions, St Helens, who looked as though they were back in it at one stage, but now they're trailing by 20 points to 6 at half-time, and they get the thoughts of the man when we return. Coming up on Sky Sports, the World Club Championship in Super League. It all starts on the 6th of June. If you were with us earlier, we ran through the full list. We've matches coming in live from Australia and, of course, live here in Europe. And these are two of the #1 contenders for the World Club crown. Bradford Bulls against St Helens, the champions, right now live here on Sky Sports. 20 points to 6 at half-time. Dwyer, Forshaw, McNamara with the priceless tries. McNamara with 4 goals. Sullivan and Goulding, the point scorers for St Helens, as Bradford emerge from the dressing room. And this crowd expecting and baying for more in the second 40. They really do get it going here. And although the rain was tippling out of the skies during half-time, Steve-O, they were playing the Beach Boys music. That's what summer rugby league's all about.
Yes, Beach Boys, Bradford, Bulls, the big
all
bees.
the bees.
Yeah, the big bees. Should be a great second half, though.
20 points to 6. Bradford Bulls, league leaders, unbeaten in Super League, ahead of the champions of 1996, St Helens. What have the champions got up their sleeve in this second 40 minutes? The Bullman is loving every minute of it, and I'm sure you are as well at home. We're underway, 40 minutes to go in this match. One of the most significant weekends of the Super League season will be over in 40 minutes time, and I wonder how significant it will be come the end of this hard and grueling campaign. Bradford in possession with Bernard Dwyer. He plays the ball, and Lowes gets the pass away to Paul Lachlan. Lowes scampers over to the dummy half again. McNamara, long pass into the arms of Tomlinson, flick ball into the arms of Bradley. Bradley swarming forward, he's got support with him, didn't see it. But Bradford have the penalty because in back play, a Bradford ball was pulled back by a Saint, and Russell Smith brings them back for the penalty because no advantage was forthcoming.
Well, there was a problem with the Saints in the first 40 minutes, lack of discipline. You'll see how Bradley comes through there, and Forshaw was held back. That there was little doubt. It was Cunningham that was holding the big second rower. Well spotted by Russell Smith, who really has been keen. Just a little hold there, but it was enough. It was sufficient. It will not be pleasing the Saints coach, Sean McRae. As I mentioned, the lack of discipline in that first 40. It was bad. This is what they did not want. It was the Saints that needed to get on the scoreboard very early.
Well, in the first half, he scored one from this range. And he knows that he can inch his side towards 2 priceless points at the top of the table if this sails over, but he's not this time got the direction. But the ball dropped dead, so it's a dropout as Matthew Elliott, the Bradford Bulls coach, passes another message down to his First Lieutenant Brian Noble on the pitch side.
Well, I'm sure that that message will be just play out the 6, do not do anything complicated. Simple, basic football, settle back into it. It's St Helens that they've got to force into panic football. They're the side that are chasing the scoreline.
Well, at Odsal over the years, it's honours exactly even. They've played 23. There have been 11 wins each and 1 draw. That was 9-all in 1978. But overall, 46 games, St Helens hold sway because of a superior record at Knowsley Road.
Great support play by the second row of Forshaw. He's playing well. Oh, bad pass. Too many cooks were spoiling the broth there. Spruce had linked in from the fullback. McNamara trying to get the ball out wide to the winger, and the fullback got in the way.
Newlove is being watched all the way by Danny Peacock, and Matt Callens there as well for good measure. Martin was the dummy half. Sullivan now.
Been a wonderful feature by the Bulls tonight. Their defence has been excellent, especially down the middle where it's countered. The Saints forwards have not had any opportunity to take control of this game.
But the Saints, with just the one defeat in Super League behind them so far, 12-13 at Leeds, now in possession with Pickavance and looking to get on the scoreboard early in this second half. It would be a tremendous boost for them if they could get over the line here early on. Goulding just clips the ball downfield. Peacock will pick it up behind his own line, beats Prescott and beats the second man in and gets to the 20-metre line. That's a good, strong, brave run from Peacock.
Tremendous play by the big centre. Again, we see the importance of positioning. It's a good ball out wide from McNamara too.
Paul Loughlin taking on Goulding. Good tackle from Goulding. He just ankle tapped him and it was needed. Now Bernard Dwyer. Bernard Dwyer got support. Spruce just couldn't get away from Cunningham. Quick play the ball here and Saints are stretched. James Lowe's all wrapped up by Julian O'Neill.
Will they use Elijah Link or will they go on the blind side, on the angle?
It's with McNamara. Back on the inside. Oh, juggling, and Forshaw gets the second. Well, Forshaw fooled them all. He nearly fooled himself. But he held on to the ball eventually and touched down under the sticks. And Mike Forshaw gets 2 tries on his Bradford Bulls debut.
Tremendous stuff. Keeping the ball alive, running the angles. They've been doing it all season of the Bulls. McNamara, see, it was a beautiful pass inside. He had to juggle for it. Bang, in he went down. There's a hint at someone trying to do a trip here also, but this is superb work. Back on the inside, he beats them through. Hammond tries to stick out the leg. That was dangerous play by Hammond, trying to get the trip to Forshaw. Thankfully, he made no contact. But what a night for this guy.
Yes, tremendous night. Signed, as I said earlier, in the first half from Saracens. Has come back home to his roots. Wigan, Wakefield and Leeds previously. Now Bradford, and a hero instantaneously here. As is Steve McNamara, who adds 2 more. And Bradford stretch the lead, 26-6. Champions up against it.
McNamara runs across. You can see the defence held back. You've got to move up quicker than this. See how they held up there. Cunningham was caught short. So was Hammond. He tried the trip. It was too late. This is ill-disciplined defence by the Saints. But a good finish by Forshaw. What a night to remember for this youngster.
So McNamara restarts. That ball skims across the turf. Prescott traps it just before it goes over the dead ball line. And away comes Andy Hay.
Substitution for the Bulls, number 18,
was aquaplaning, wasn't it?
Number 23.
Went very close there to touching the football while his foot was on the whitewash.
Knock on.
Oh, it's got to be a knock on.
Knock on against Cunningham. No, referee lets them go.
Well, fortunate to get away with it there. But this is where it's counting. The big fellas like Rihanna there, Perlini and the Julian O'Neill are getting nowhere. They're being cut down to size.
Andy Northey just on the field, substitute for St Helens. Bradford have made a change too. Simon Knox has come on for Bernard Dwyer. That ball just finds touch. Tommy Martin trying to kick St Helens forward now.
Nice kick, a good option as well. Hope perhaps that after the scrum they can force the error out of the Bradford Bulls. They need to. They're desperate for points now, Saints. Well, whatever they've got in the tank, whatever there's going round in the brain box, they've got to come up with a few tactical moves.
Tomlinson feeds the scrum. It comes out the back via McNamara to Danny Peacock. Well, when we saw him in the cup tie that we covered earlier in the season at London, he lost that, or was it stolen? It was interfered at the play the ball.
Well, again, we see indiscipline by a player. You see Hammond bringing the right knee across, knocking the ball away from Peacock. They are just not going through the basics. Saints are all at sea. It's no good putting a long kick downfield, having the chase, and then giving it away. The discipline has been awful.
Sean McRae knows that, I think.
He sure does.
I was just going to make the point about Peacock. We said when we saw him at the Stoop in the cup tie against London earlier on that he would be an instant hit here at Bradford, and my word, he most certainly is.
Both in attack and defence, he's worked tirelessly tonight. And perhaps with a little bit more luck and a little bit of steadiness, he could have been probably crowned the quickest Landstop trophy at Wembley last week. With a great first 30 minutes.
This now is McNamara. Ball out wide and again out wide. Loughlin gets round one, and Loughlin gets a try against the Saints. Again, a try at Wembley for Paul Loughlin. He ended up then on the losing side. Another try here tonight. I think he's going to end up on the winning side. They wouldn't argue with that statement, and neither will Paul Loughlin. His third try of Super League in 1997.
Sheer class, all style. The Bulls are running rampant. Blindside again by Lowe's. McNamara, we talked about his creativity. You can see how they used the dummy runner and see how he just moved his body. That was beautiful body language there. But it wasn't picked up by the full-back, Steve Prescott. McNamara, see how they used Spruce. They thought that Spruce was coming onto a short football. It was enough to put the defence off. In and out by this big fella. Beautiful balance. The joy etched on his face, and why not?
Well, he's lost at Wembley 5 times. The last 2 years with Bradford, 3 times previously with St Helens. Nobody would deny Paul Loughlin that little moment. And Steve McNamara adds 2 more. It's 32 points to 6. And for the second year in a row, Bradford are taking St Helens to the cleaners at Hodsall. Steve McNamara, or as he appears to be known on the terraces here, Macarena. 32 points to 6. Bradford in total command of this match now, and we will see what the champions have to offer in reply. But with great defence like that, Knox and McNamara, they are finding it very tough to find the gaps that opened up so easily at Wembley last weekend.
They've worked really hard of the Bradford pack. They've worked together. They've shared the work. And as the game progresses, it will tell even more.
Good quick hands from St Helens, though.
The defence has been tireless. Always a player snapping at the player's heels. Never came off accidental. So it'll be an accidental situation where Bradford will still get head and feed. You can see that Scales couldn't see where that ball was going.
Yes, an accidental touch like that, the ball goes out of play. It goes head and feed to the defending side just the same.
Well, I suppose that this performance by Saints, they'll point the finger at not enough work by the combination of standoff Tommy Martin and the half Bobby Goulding. But to be fair, oh, big hit there.
Morley on Peacock.
Oh. He felt that, did the big centre.
Morley was like an Exocet missile.
Launched himself there and launched Peacock into the process. We're just getting back to that point, Eddie. The 2 halfbacks who were so constructive at Wembley, they have been shut out by this wonderful Bradford defence.
Well, they've learned the lesson, maybe. And Matthew Elliott, 1 or 2 people raised an eyebrow when we heard he'd been training his players so hard this week. But all the hard work on the training field is suddenly coming good, because Bradford at the moment look odds on to maintain their 100% start to the season. Tomlinson's little chip through, he fell as he chased it, but I think he only lost his footing. Prescott has it, but Spruce and McDermott combined to bring him down.
Oh, look at that work there. Even though McDermott didn't get to the man, he forced him out wide. He forced Sullivan through. And the kick through, when you get a prop forward chasing the kick, it just shows the enthusiasm in the camp.
Here goes Cunningham. First real run that Cunningham's had from dummy half for quite some time. I remember one, I think, in the first half, and he's got the penalty.
Well, indiscipline on the Bradford side. That's the second occasion that the skipper, Bradley, has involved himself. Silly play, really. And I suppose at 32-6, you're feeling pretty confident about everything. Well, what can Saints do? And you can see that it's not the best pass, but that's been forced by the strong defence. They are coming up like one line, dead straight. Look at that. No way through.
I just wonder, Steve-O, if they would have swapped this for last Saturday. You know, I somewhat doubt it, because I rather fancy that the Bradford Bulls want this Super League crown more than they want anything else this year.
Little doubt about that, and they made that quite clear, and they've made it clear tonight.
Great tackle by Bradley on Newlove. Bradley and Newlove just squaring up to each other. The play continues. Pickavance loses it. And Peacock has picked up the loose ball. Look at Peacock go. He just went down on the slippy surface. But Bradford are rolling forward. McNamara gets the ball away to Tomlinson. Long pass out wide. Here's John Scales. Scales with strength. Referee, though, has pinned Bradford for Lachlan, I think it was, pulling somebody back in back play. It's a penalty to St Helens.
Relief for the Saints there. McNamara again having the time of his life, running out wide. Ball out by Tomlinson, and you could see that they just held him back. Lachlan just got a fingertip to him. Well, he penalised Saints a few moments ago. He really has been eagle-eyed as the Matty whistleblower, Russell Smith. An outstanding match from him.
He's got Bradford there for two offences. One was the pulling back, and I think the second was kicking the ball away, or certainly disputing the decision. So St Helens here with a glorious opportunity to get back in this match, but it's a long, long road back against Bradford Bulls here. Goulding to Martin. Goulding takes over. Matautia went without the ball. And early in the tackle count too.
You could see that the brick wall was coming through. In this case, it was Bradley. They talk about the defence getting into your face. Make them think all the time. Look at the solid line. And Perellini knew it was going to be crunch time. The crowd are really urging on the Bulls now. They are eager for more points.
Revenge, they say, is sweet, but we are watching here the two best attacking sides in the business, and the two best defences also. Bulls were the top scorers, St Helens were the best defenders, but I think at the end of tonight that might all change. Bradford might suddenly become the best defenders.
See the difference between the two sets of forwards. The Bradford pack are getting over the advantage line with quite ease.
Oh, that's a lovely ball from McNamara, and he's there to follow it up. And they've got men out wide.
Forward.
Scales is one, but
Forward
the
pass.
pass from Lachlan to Scales was forward. It's no try.
Picked up by the referee again.
Lachlan can't believe it.
Well, he should. And you'll see that it is forward.
Oh, yes.
The high shot, clearly, right on the line. It's a step right over it. Good positioning by Russell Smith. He saw it very quickly. Not that it'll help any matters. At 32-6, I think that even Sean McRae knows that the way that this Bradford side are defending, it's going to be very difficult. But it's experiment time now from Saints. They've really got to do it.
Silly play from Bradley.
He's been sucked into that. Words were said. It's getting a little bit nasty out there. We saw Newlove and Bradley, and you can see that they were trying to knock the ball away. Over the top. You don't have to plant a man's head into the ground. It's tough enough as it is.
Well, there's a little bit of feeling between these two sides. There's no doubt about that. But you can do without that.
Well, I know they'll be feeling worse. They will be sick and sorry, will the Saints, after this game. It's been one of the most bruising encounters I've seen. The way that this Bradford defence is moving up, they are taking no prisoners. It is crunch time every time.
St Helens 11-9 ahead on the penalty count, but where it matters, it's 32-6 to the Bradford Bulls.
Tremendous work there by Lowe's from the dummy half situation. The markers are working hard. Look at that defence, it's solid. There's just no way through. Goulding has to elect for the kick.
And there it is, the little grubber kick through that wreaked havoc at Wembley, but this time there's nobody chasing it through.
Well, he opted for the kick that was so constructive last Saturday, but not tonight.
Nathan Graham comes on. Don't mention Wembley 96. The captain goes off.
I don't have to, you've just done it.
Well, we won't mention it then.
That's twice.
Let's hope Nathan Graham catches the eye.
This guy has. McNamara's had a superb match.
Magnificent.
We know he loves to run out there. Oh, there's got to do something about this now. It's getting past the joke. Andy Hay. Look at that. They've done it. It's a flop over the top. Hammond has another flop. All he wants to do is get on with the game. They are enjoying their football tonight. Well, what do they have up their sleeve now? This is the time at 32-6 to put on the set moves. Watch for the twist and the run to the blind side, perhaps.
Oh, they keep it alive so well. Tomlinson just held back by Hammond, and the initial contact was across the chest. Nathan Graham. Nathan Graham on his way to the line. He hasn't yet scored for Bradford Bulls, although he scored points aplenty in 6 years at Dewsbury. McDermott, Brian McDermott, they haul him back. They're camped underneath the St Helens posts. Lowe's, he fooled everybody then, but he didn't fool himself or the St Helens defence. They managed to hold him back.
They tried the move that brought the try in the first half, but he didn't pass the ball. He went on his own. Pretty close. They're keeping it alive.
And again, Lowe's once more. They get the ball away, but Pickavance picks up the loose pass.
Well, it may look scrappy, but full credit to them. They're enjoying themselves out there. They've got the scoreline on their side. They are so eager tonight. He's had a fine game too. Been a great team effort by the Bulls.
So coming up to an hour of this match gone, and Bradford ahead by 32 points to 6. We have 20 minutes left for play here. We're in the last quarter, and now's the time when you can ring in for your man of the match. Vote 0891 66 55 25. Vote now for your man of the match. There are a string of contenders out there. Tommy Martin tried the chip through, but couldn't get to it and patted it forward. The referee was spot on.
It was a good option there by the standoff. There was no sweeper. Bradford were very slow to get the sweeper back into the position. You can see they just got the fingertips to it, but
and
that
well positioned by Russell Smith, by the way.
But yeah, that's it. But the option is there. That's the only way they seem to be able to break down the defensive line. The forwards are doing their work. They're running in at the angles, and then the link really has been a wonderful team effort.
Missed tackles tonight tells its own story. St Helens 19 times they have fallen off the tackle. Bradford just 7. And Bradford so eager, and look at the way that Peacock just took that in. They are running with such confidence, playing with such spirit.
Oh,
that could have been forward too.
It was. But who cares? I'm enjoying it now.
St Helens will care. And look at the work in the offload department that Bradford are doing. They're winning this match all over the field.
But it's so good to watch. A lot of people say that the defensive qualities is a little bit negative. It's not pretty to watch, but on this occasion, it's been so solid. You've got to applaud how their coach, Matthew Elliott, has really dragged this team back up after that defeat at Wembley.
Saints just can't break through, can they? And Steve Prescott is now receiving treatment for what looks like a hamstring pull, maybe. And remember, they've already got Alan Hunt out and injured. Have the Saints with a hamstring problem. Could do without another one here.
There's just no way through for Saints. They're trying to get it out wide. Not the best pass, but we've got the overlap now, but it's quickly closing.
Ball on the inside. Saints aren't done yet. This is Perolini. Brilliant run from Perolini. Magnificent try from Perolini. What a run from a prop forward. A shimmy, a shake of the hips. And for once, the Bradford defence was split. And Apollo Perolini with the try.
Good work from the left, right out wide. Not the best pass, but they took advantage of it. Hammond, see how the dummy runner came back on the inside, but Perolini was in a great position. Hay on the inside. He did well, did Perolini. He was used as a dummy runner, but kept going forward. As the ball goes out wide, watch for Perolini go through. There he is, he's come back on the inside as a dummy runner. He doesn't stop, he keeps going. He knows that the ball's still alive. This is a fine effort. Wonderful step. Well, we saw a great step by McNamara that scored a try. That's equal to it.
Apollo Perolini with his second try in Super League, a try against the Bulls at Knowsley Road last year in brilliant form, and Bobby Goulding adds the extra 2. So 32 points to 12. Are the champions done and dusted yet? I wonder. Saints restart. Plenty of time left in this match. 20 points the gap. Here's Forshaw, who's got 2 tries. Now, have St Helens got anything left in the tank that can drag themselves back into this match? Remember, it happened at Wembley in 1996 when Bradford looked to have the ribbons ready on the trophy, but Saints somehow clawed their way back from 26-12 down. Well, this would be an even bigger comeback at 32 points to 12.
Oh, and a bad mistake there.
Are mistakes creeping into Bradford? Are St Helens going to come back into this match?
Well, I was just about to say that Matthew Elliott would have got the message out there. Okay, they've come back with a try of Saints, but let's calm things down, get our kicking game good, play the 6 out, do nothing fancy and get back into the game. But a bad mistake like that, could that open the door?
Well, I don't think Saints have given this up yet.
Well,
everybody else has.
They'll never give it up. They're such a good side. It's only been the defence that's nullified them tonight.
Quarter of an hour to go, plenty of time. Hammond tries to chip through.
Back to 6.
6 to go for St Helens.
More pressure. This really will test their mettle now, the Bulls.
Martin out with a great run. He looked over the shoulder for Newlove. Newlove had stopped. Here's Newlove now. Newlove looking for the corner, and he's held out by great defence. Forshaw was there, Spruce was there, Goulding looking for a long pass out wide. Intercept. McNamara. Oh, he gave the pass to Loughlin, and Loughlin wasn't there.
It's
Saints
still
have
alive.
got it back. Play on.
Arnold's got plenty of room to move. Well, that was panic there. You could see the problems that Bobby Goulding has. He cannot pass to his right side. He had to turn, put his back to the defence and then throw the ball. But well spotted, but what an awful mistake there to put the ball to ground. Well worked by McNamara. He went the intercept.
Goulding looking to make amends. Good ball. Andy Haig hangs on.
Good tackle. Big centre Loughlin picked that out well.
Hammond on the blind side, out wide it goes. Arnold is so close, he's held back by Scales.
Sheer strength there by the winger.
Well, a try now and it'll be all on. Goulding loses it.
Good play by the hooker there. James Lowe's put himself in between the man and tried to pass it. Bobby Goulding knew there was no way through. He slipped on the turf. Result, Bulls relief. They get the football.
Goulding in the tackling there with Kieran Cunningham. McDermott gets up, plays the ball. Rihanna has returned to the fray. He's hauled down by Perolini and Northey. And only one a match normally on the error count. Tonight he's made 2, Bobby. This is Calland. Anderson's gone off. Rihanna is the man who has replaced him.
2
penalty,
on the tackle.
Penalty against Saints. 2-man
Reefing
tackle.
the ball out. Hammond again. 2 men in attendance. You can see that Calland trying to keep that ball alive. Haig and Hammond was involved in the tackle. Discipline again, a problem for Saints. Now watch for the dummy runners from this set play.
Rihanna going for the line. Now Lowe's on his own, and Lowe's almost, we thought he got it down.
He lost it,
He
knocked
dropped
on.
it.
Not happy with it, the hooker, but he's right. He doesn't seem to agree with referee Russell Smith, but it's close.
Boys and girls,
Millimetre there, but he did lose possession, but he's claiming that the ball went backwards.
18,387.
Just short of the whitewash.
Congratulations.
Not much in
and
that.
Thank you from the clean team, the Bradford Bulls.
Saints driving forward now, having profited maybe from that escape. Steve Prescott, who needed treatment, and it looked as though it might have been a hamstring. He has been replaced by Chris Joint.
The substitution for the Saints, number 11, Chris.
4 tackles gone. Cunningham back on the inside to Arnold. Arnold all wrapped up by Lowe's upstairs and Tomlinson downstairs. Goulding will put the kick in. Trying to hold it up in the corner. Spruce gets to it first. 3 chasers arrive. Goulding, good tackle.
Good kick and chase again. But they'll take the time now, will Bradford. This is where the big 3 quarters relieve the pressure. A little bit of a facial there for the winger Scales.
McDermott breaks through. Support is there. And this is Nathan Graham. Nathan Graham taking them on out wide. No, it was Simon Knox. Beg pardon. I thought it was going to be a fairy tale for Graham.
That was a high one there by Andy Northey. It's been spotted by the referee as well. Frustration coming in. I think he's fortunate because it was a flat of the hand. He didn't have it clenched. We'll see. Yes, it was a flat one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys
But
and
that
girls,
was high.
the sponsors, man of the
See how he
match
goes
this
and
evening
grabs.
is
It was a
number
high
26
one
for
there.
the Bradford Bulls, Steve
Northey certainly caught it. This is Knox making the break. But good work though by Haig. See how he lets him run on the outside. Runs out of space. Good work there by the young centre. And also a good run by the substitute Simon Knox. Support play, Eddie, tonight, especially from the Bradford Bulls, has been superb.
This will just calm things down for Bradford if McNamara can clip this over. 6 goals from 8 shots. McNamara with this penalty then. Misses. Well, that's his worst kick of the night. 32-12 it remains.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that. It's an easy kick, but he won't be disappointed with his performance throughout. Great crowd to see them here.
Almost 18,500. And it's a long time since I've seen every seat on the far side in that huge main stand here at Odsal filled to capacity. There hasn't been a seat available for this for a long time. Great to see. They love Super League in Bradford.
And why
O'Neill
not?
returns.
Why not when you get a team that's playing champagne football like this? Hard and tough. A lot of thought goes into it. They really have blitzed Saints off the park tonight.
Well, it's a 4-point lead if it stays with a Bradford win at the top, and it's a 4-point gap between bottom and next to bottom at the other end. Peacock just caught by the shirt tails by Chris Joint. Now Lowe's. Ball back on the inside to Tomlinson, who disappears under a heavy challenge. O'Neill was there and Martin. Lowe's dummy half. McNamara slides the kick through. They're all after this. Cunningham got the boot to it. Forshaw was looking for a hat-trick.
Beautiful work there. You could see Callan, the substitute, coming around on the inside.
Number 15,
They banged it through. Forshaw was coming on the left-hand side. It was a beautifully weighted kick by Steve McNamara, who's had a fine game. It was nearly hat-trick time there for Forshaw.
Don't forget, get those votes coming in for your man of the match, 0891 66 55 25. A spectacular night in front of Bradford's best crowd in Super League to date. But I rather fancy there'll be many, many more coming when the word continues to spread about this team and about the night's entertainment that they put on here at Odsal. And don't forget, they put on the first ever Monday night Super League when we have the World Club Challenge here. They play Penrith Panthers on the weekend beginning June the 6th.
Well, they don't like that. They think that a Saints player got that ball away and dragged it out. There's Pickavance involved. They don't like it, but the referee is giving it down as a knock-on to the relief of Saints.
Of this evening's game, colour plan, design, prints, and the Times newspaper.
Less than 7 minutes of this match to go.
Number 26, Steve McNamara.
And St Helens have a scrum. Next week we will see the champions again against London Broncos. What a vital match that is now for those two. And then next Sunday we'll see Bradford again at Warrington. Another great weekend of Super League action to come. It's been fantastic tonight. In fact, it's been a great weekend. And a weekend that has really shaken up the bag in Super League. As I say, a 4-point gap at the top and a 4-point gap now at the bottom. The chase is on.
Especially with the fact that Wigan bounced back to top form.
Yes, they're not out of it. Henry Paul will say amen to that, I think.
But it's a way that they've effectively run the angles. The dummy players, the runner there. They've worked so hard.
Well, Wigan, of course, still have to come here, and I wonder what Henry Paul and company think about that. We'll maybe find out in a minute. We'll watch as McDermott goes on a run. Martin went for a piggyback. He got the ball away to Tomlinson. Tomlinson to McNamara. McNamara clattered by Pickavance. Chance for more points here. That's Callan. Big collision. Callan, though, gets up, carries on. Now he won't.
Big shoulder there by Andy Northey.
Here's Lowe's. Back on the inside to Lachlan. Lachlan looking for anything out wide. Nothing was there, so had to take the tackle. A drive to the line from Spruce now. Last tackle. They're bang in front of the sticks. McNamara slides the kick through. It bounced off the legs of Martin. Martin hacks it downfield. Now Spruce is quick. Martin's quick. It's a race now between Spruce and Martin. Martin's winning it. Martin holds out. Penalty try maybe.
It's got to be.
Must be.
It's a penalty try without any doubt.
Referee's given it. Russell Smith under the stick. Spruce can't believe it. Matthew Elliott doesn't like the decision, but the referee was given no other option.
Not only that, Spruce will be on his way. You cannot dive and tackle a man without the football. He knows that he can't get to him for speed.
I was going to say until I saw that, he thought maybe he was going for the ball, but
no way. He
no.
went straight for Tommy Martin's legs. Sheer desperation on his part. But he must surely, professional foul, be sent to the sin bin for this.
Now he's got the penalty try, and he's not in the sin bin, he's on the field. Bobby Goulding's added the extras, so it's 32-18. And Saints now with the short kick-off, but too long in the end. It sails out on the full. Penalty on halfway to Bradford. Well, he's got a smile on his face. He sees the irony in this, Bobby Goulding.
Well, he knows they've been beaten by a better side on the night. They may have had their glory at Wembley last Saturday, but they are beaten so easy tonight. It has been a wonderful performance, especially in front of such a huge partisan crowd here at Odsal Stadium.
Sean McRae, the St Helens coach, knew his side would be up against it here against Matthew Elliott's Bradford Bulls. The Bulls were thirsting for revenge, and the Bulls, I think, have got their revenge.
Well, you could see the look on the Saints coach Sean McRae's face that he wasn't happy with that kickoff. And I don't think he'd be too happy with the fact that Bobby Goulding, as you say, was having a little bit of a grin over it.
Well, it was an ironic smile, wasn't it? As though, well, what else can go wrong?
I think he won't be smiling when they get to training this week. I think one Sean McRae will really work them hard.
Oh, Peacock!
He's put his body on the line all night,
time and time again, and that was another one. Charged on the football, bounced off the defender, got up, said let's get on with it.
He was lucky there not to be penalised. He didn't play the ball correctly, just scooped it back with his hand.
Rihanna plays the ball correctly to Lowe's, and there's a chance. They're over again. Knox is it. He wants to have a look, courtesy of the video ref. Knox thinks he scored. Elliott thinks he scored. Referee doesn't know whether the ball was grounded correctly. It's in the hands of the video referee.
Well, it's pretty hard there. You can see that Rihanna's in the way. Get out of the way, the prop forward. Did he get it down? We'll soon see. Yes.
Everyone in this crowd is looking at our big screen. The celebrations have already started. Simon Knox knows that he scored, takes the congratulations from Paul Loughlin. We need confirmation, though, from the video ref. And here it comes.
Well, it's pleasing for that man there, the substitute, Simon Knox, but it must also be pleasing for the hooker, James Lowe's. That's the second, in fact, the third time that Lowe's has used that short run-around move close to the line. He created the try for Bernard Dwyer in the first half. He tried to go on his own on the second occasion, and this time he's passed the ball to Simon Knox for a try. He'll be happy with his work tonight. He's controlled the ruck so well.
Knox's try then. McNamara now is just about bang in front. 6 from 9, 7 from 10, a 70% success rate for Steve McNamara, 38 points to 18. And who, if anyone, can beat the Bradford Bulls at Odsal?
Well, who said that hookers never have brains? That was really good work there by James Lowe's. Set pattern, same. First half it was Dwyer. On this occasion, it's Knox. They worked hard for it. There'll be a bruise on the back of the big prop forward, Tahir Rihanna, but he won't mind.
Steve McNamara. And thank you to the video ref.
A minute and a quarter to go. Bradford open up a 4-point lead at the top, and they might be soaked to the skin on the terraces at Bradford tonight, but they have enjoyed every single minute of this.
Well, every drop of rain must appear to be like champagne for them. They've thoroughly enjoyed it. They have really lifted this team. They were so despondent last weekend, but not tonight. The champagne will be flowing for a far different reason. A 4-point lead at the top of the Super League table.
Just waiting for the ball to be retrieved for St Helens to restart as we enter the last half minute. The Bradford fans are chanting easy, easy. It has not been that, but it's been a comprehensive defeat, and it might be last word to Danny Arnold. It nearly was.
Well, it was a nice planned move, wasn't it? Arnold tried everything within his power to get to that. Chip over the top. It's been an unusual night for the winger, but not for this man, nor the skipper of the night, the big Graham Bradley.
There's the full-time siren. Bradford's remarkable run at the top of Super League continues, and with this lot behind them, anything is possible in 1997. What a win for Bradford. Matthew Elliott with the quiet, calm look of satisfaction. And it might be raining cats and dogs at Odsal, but it's all about the Bulls, and that message says it all. The revenge for Bradford Bulls is sweet as a nut. Matthew Elliott and Sean McRae shake hands. Great friends off the field. Enemies for 80 minutes on it tonight. And it's Bradford who come up with the win. Mike Forshaw, 2 tries for him. We'll have your verdict on the man of the match when we return.